Hey my love, today we're gonna talk about a manifestation game changer that will not only help you speed up your manifestation results, but it will also allow you to stay in your power no matter what, which power is something that you need in order to manifest what you want. Which this one thing is to stop taking everything on your manifestation journey personally. It sounds so fucking simple, and it is, but at the same time it's not. So we're gonna dive into that. Because manifestation often feels like an emotional roller coaster, especially when you're trying to manifest a specific person, which I know many of you do. One day you're feeling confident and certain that your specific person manifestation is on its way, and then the next day everything seems to be falling apart. You get a message from your specific person that is something unfavorable, or maybe you see something on their social media. You stalk their profile a little bit and you notice that they have just recently posted a photo with the third party. So there's another woman or another man in the picture that they are dating. Or maybe you face an unexpected circumstance or just a situation that seems shitty. And suddenly it feels like all of the progress you were making is just going downhill. And these things make you spiral, going into the frustration of this is not working for me, and making you doubt and question the manifestation process and yourself. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be this way anymore? When you master this one key thing, not taking everything personally, that's when you can just laugh at what shows up because you no longer take it personally. You no longer give your power away to that thing and make it mean something unfavorable. Instead of feeling disappointed and feeling exhausted because you feel like you've been trying to control everything and holding it all together. I would say that taking things personal is one of the biggest roadblocks that I see for my clients when manifesting a specific person. It's this bad habit of internalizing every single thing that is going on around you. Like internalizing every single situation, circumstance, action and word from your specific person and other people, making it mean something about you and what you get to have. It's fucking exhausting, emotionally draining, and most importantly, it slows down your results. It's like when you go stalking your specific person's social media and then you notice that they have just posted a photo with another woman or another man. And you immediately think, why is my manifestation not working? Why don't they want me? What's wrong with me? It's when you start spiraling and you start thinking that you are failing at this. When you see something that looks unfavorable or when you see something unexpected showing up, it's like you start questioning everything about yourself. From your physical appearance to your worthiness to have love and thinking that maybe you're not good enough for your specific person. Instead of seeing it as something neutral, we are so quick to see this as proof that we are failing, to see this as evidence that we will never manifest that relationship or that thing that we want. And I mean, these reactions are so common, but they are also a clear sign that you are taking things way too personally. And here's the truth. When you make those external circumstances mean something about you, your worthiness, your ability to manifest, or what you are deserving of, you hand all of your power over to that circumstance. Instead of staying focused on what it is that you actually want to call in, you react to what's happening around you as though those circumstances have the final say. But they don't. You do. When you're taking things personally, it's so common to start reacting to the things that are showing up instead of just holding on to your desired end result. You're allowing what's happening around you to dictate how you feel about yourself and about what you get to have in life, which then naturally pulls you out of alignment with what it is that you want. And so when you take things personally, you fall into a state of lack. When you make those external circumstances mean something about you, you are creating more resistance for yourself And you have heard me say this time and time again. Resistance is really the only thing that is keeping your manifestation away. The energy that you're in when you're taking things personally is the exact opposite of the energy needed to manifest what it is that you want. You're not a match, like you're not in alignment with your desire, but instead you're in alignment with fear, insecurity, and self-doubt. For example, if you're manifesting your specific person and out of the blue you notice that you're blocked, if you take this personally, you might start thinking, this is proof that I can't get what I want. This is evidence that my specific person does not want me, that I am not enough for them. This always happens to me. I will never get what I want. And so these thoughts then and these feelings attached to those thoughts create that resistance. On the flip side, when you don't take things personally, you can stay in your power because you can see those circumstances for what they truly are, temporary. You understand that just because something is happening right now doesn't mean that it's the final outcome. This is how you stay aligned with your manifestation, with what it is that you want, knowing that it's on its way, regardless of what's happening in this moment. Because taking things personally is really one of the biggest reasons for why people struggle to manifest what it is that they want or end up feeling stuck in a cycle of frustration. It drains your energy and it clouds your perception of reality. Every time that you take something that shows up in your reality personally, you are reinforcing a story that doesn't serve you. Because circumstances are just circumstances, and there are always going to be situations that look unfavorable and things that happen unexpectedly. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just called life. It has nothing to do with you. These things don't mean anything until you assign meaning to them. Your brain is the meaning-making machine, creating meaning out of everything. And the moment that you stop taking things personally, you actually free yourself, not only from that disempowering story that doesn't serve you, but also creating more space for your manifestation. I remember the moment that I found out that my specific person was dating someone new. My first reaction was, of course, heartbreak. I was like, okay, he has already moved on. I wasn't good enough for him. He doesn't want me anymore. And for hours, I replayed every interaction that we had ever had, trying to figure out where the problem was, like what I had done wrong. I was blaming myself. But then I stopped myself and I realized that I had two choices in this moment. I could take this situation personally, I could spiral into self-doubt, feel like shit, create my own pity party and make this mean that I am never going to get him. Or I could choose to stay in my power, which of course I did. I reminded myself, this is just a circumstance. It doesn't change the end result. It doesn't change what my heart is telling me. It doesn't take away from what I know is possible. And instead of letting that situation tell me what I got to have, I shifted my focus back to myself and I started asking, what does the version of me who already has him do right now? That version of me wasn't creating her own pity party. She wasn't stalking his social media and she wasn't comparing herself to that other woman. She did not take it personally. She was confident, secure, and unbothered. Instead of thinking that that third party had anything to do with me, anything to do with me not being worthy or me not being good enough, I instead saw my specific person being with someone else just a part of the process, knowing that circumstances are always shifting and what I saw that day wasn't the final outcome. The thing here is that when you don't take things personally, it's so much easier to stay in your power because you're not reacting, and it's easier to align with the energy of someone who knows that their manifestation is inevitable. And that is why that manifestation then happens so quickly. Taking things personally isn't just a manifestation block, but it's also emotionally exhausting. It puts you in a constant state of overthinking, overanalyzing, doubting yourself, questioning everything, and spiraling. Like every single time you see something unfavorable, every time there's something unexpected popping up, it's like your worth and value is being measured and judged. And this creates a pattern of emotional highs and lows that just leave you feeling drained and powerless, because you never know what's gonna happen next. So how do you break free from this pattern? The first step is to reframe circumstances as neutral. This means understanding that whatever is happening in your external reality doesn't have to mean anything about you or your manifestation. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough or that you don't deserve to have what you want. It also doesn't mean that your manifestation is failing. The next step is to stop wavering in your conviction. Manifestation is about deciding what it is that you want and holding that decision no matter what. When you waver, when you let external circumstances make you question your word or your ability to manifest, you just slow everything down. You have to decide that your desire is yours no matter what. Because when you have this inner conviction, external circumstances lose their power over you. You're no longer swayed by what's happening around you because you trust and know that at the end of the day, you will still get what you want. So you can see circumstances not as your enemy, but just as a part of the journey. One powerful question here is to ask yourself, what would the version of me who already has what I want think about this situation? Like, if you're manifesting your specific person, you're gonna ask yourself, what would the version of me who already has my specific person think about this situation? This helps you stay in your power and helps you step into the energy of that desired end result and respond to that circumstance from a place of confidence rather than like fear and doubt. And the last thing that I have for you here is to learn how to stay in your power. I was already mentioning it here, but that basically means not reacting emotionally to every single bump on the road. And instead choosing to respond from a place of confidence and calm. It will be so much easier to stay in your power and not let things in the 3D reality affect you emotionally and mentally when you focus on shifting your self-concept. Because when you see yourself as someone who is more than good enough and deserving of what it is that they want, you're not gonna question yourself as much. And you're not gonna react the same way to the things that are showing up in your reality. You're actually gonna be able to respond while still feeling confident, calm, and in control. And when you're showing up as this version of yourself, the confident, unshakable version of you, that energy is incredibly attractive. So next time when you're tempted to take something personally, pause and remind yourself, this doesn't define me. My manifestation is still